Right. I want my students. You all welcome to the grade 9 maths class today. Right. So today we are discussing the new lesson. What is the new lesson? Loci and construction. Right. Okay. Write down the topic. Loci and constructions. Okay. Loci and constructions. That is the today lesson. Okay, so under that we will write down the subtopic locus, right? Locus. That is the subtopic we are discussing. Right. So what is a loci, right? Like a locus. Imagine, so these incidents, right? So I imagine a fruit falling from a tree, okay? And a pen falling from my hand, right? Then what happened? Right, it comes downwards in a vertical right line, right? It means like down towards the earth, right? So what happened? So I can mark the motion of the pen, right, in this manner, right? Okay, these are the points in each seconds. Imagine, right? So the motion, right? Actually, the distance getting more, right? Then you can see the motion of the pens fallen from earth, right? So this is the motion. Okay, then I make a shot using a bat to the ball, right, on a horizontal ground. Then the motion of the ball may be like this way. So this is a motion. So if I mark the set of points in a certain time periods, so I can see the positions they are, right? So when I connect them, I can see the locus of the ball. Okay, right. Then if I rotate something, right, in a vertical circle, right, then I can see the position of this ball, right, in this way, right? අර අපි දැකලා තියෙන්නේ ගිනි බෝල කරකන්නේ, right? When I rotating some things on a vertical plane, right, this way, and I can rotate the same ball in a horizontal plane, right, like this way. In horizontal plane I can rotate that. So that locus is different to that. Okay, now you can see what is a locus. It is the set of points, right, satisfying some conditions. A set of points, you can see the set of points that satisfying some condition, right? So here a set of points that satisfying some condition. Here also a set of points satisfying one or more conditions, right? So now it is like a behavior of set of points satisfying one or more conditions. So that is called the locus. So when you see the clock, right, in the clock you can see the right second hands, the minute hands, right, they are rotating, right, in a certain way, right? So this is also a locus. Okay, so having equidistance, right, on a point, around a point that is rotating. So that is the conditions they satisfy there. Okay, now a locus, now you can see a lot of locus in the day-to-day life, right? A lot of behaviors of the points. right? So that is the understanding of locus. Okay, right? We have seen some cotton floating in the air, and then a motion of a bird flying, right? Then uh, a ball hit by a bat, right? As we explained here, right? So some when we are throwing a ball into the air into certain directions, the motion of ball is on a locus satisfying some conditions, right? So likewise, we can see a set of points which satisfy one or more conditions. So that is the locus definition. Okay, right. So we will write down it first. So these are the locus you can see here. Right. Write down a set of points, a set of points, a set of points satisfying satisfied one or more conditions, one or more conditions is known as a locus, is known as a locus. Okay, so what are the examples that you have seen satisfying one or more conditions? The motion of several points, right? So you can write a ball hit by a bat, right? Example, a ball hit by a bat. Then we can see the a fruit fallen from a tree, and then you can see that uh, the motion of second hand of a clock, then a child who is riding a seesaw, a child riding a seesaw, a child riding a seesaw, right? Have you seen the seesaw, right? Seesaw, like the motion, right? You can see the one child goes up and the one child goes down, right? And here up, here down, right? That satisfying some conditions, right? The distance is not varying, right? So that is the motion of it. Okay, right? So these are some examples that you have seen the motions, the locus in day-to-day life, right? They are satisfying some conditions, right? These are some examples. Right. Okay. So actually, right, these are some motion, right? Motions, right? We cannot say sometimes the exact path. So අපිට හරියටම පුතේ කියන්න බෑ මේකේ හරියටම path එක මොකක්ද? හරිම condition එක මොකක්ද කියලා අපිට අඳුර ගන්න බෑ. ඒකට මේවා හරියට locus වලටම examples නෙමෙයි motions අපි දැකලා තියෙන day to day motions චලිත. මේ වගේ සමහර ඒවා exact locus satisfy වෙනවා, right? පැහැදිලිද? right. එතකොට අපි දැකලා තියෙන motions, එතකොට මේකේ අර්ථය අපි ලියා ගන්න උඩින්ම some motions we have seen, some motions, so they are satisfying some conditions. Right, Putta. Right. So we have uh, basic Loci, right? We will write down the subtopic. Basic locus or basic Loci. So you know that in O-level paper, we have a question from the locus. Okay, we have a questions, small questions means a part A questions with 2 marks. We have a locus question, and the knowledge of this locus is applicable in paper 2 questions in O-level paper. So that is the lesson we are learning at grade 9, which is given in the O-level paper also. Right. මතක තියාගන්න මේ පාඩම O level paper එකට එනවා. කෙටි ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවා. basic locus 4න් එකක් අනිවාර්යෙන්ම එනවා. first paper එකට ඊට පස්සේ second paper එකට අපිට එනවා මේ locus පාවිච්චි කරලා ඒකේ applications. Okay, right. So first locus, right, basic locus. We have 4 main basic locus. Right, how many locus are there? 4. 4 basic locus are there. So the first one, right, write down the topic equidistant to a first locus, equidistant to a fixed point, to a fixed point, equidistant to a fixed point. Shortly I have given a right, equidistant to a fixed point. So we will take what is the motion of locus, the points which is running equidistant to a fixed point, right? Right. So now I will mark here. So equidistant, equidistance කියන්නේ එකම දුර තියෙන්න ඕනේ, සමාන දුර to a fixed point. ස්ථිර ලක්ෂයකට equidistance motion වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? Right. චලනය වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? Right. Now see here. So what is the fixed point? I mark a fixed point here, that is O. That is fixed, not changing. Right. I need to travel having equidistance to this point O. Then think how you travel. Travel karanone. So imagine I am now here, the point 1 here this way. So now I have this distance that shall be the distance that shall be equidistance, equal when known for everywhere. Right now, when I comes to here, what happened? Can I travel there? No, then the distance is more, that is not the equidistance. But I rotate in this manner. When I come to here, now I can see the distance is equal now, still. When I come to a certain point here, now I can see the distance. So these distance are equal. So I can here come, then the distance is this one, and this equal distance everywhere. Right? In a මෙතන ඉඳලා තියෙන distance එක equal වෙන විදිහට I rotate here, then now you can see when you connect these points, so these having equidistance, these having equidistance, these having equidistance, these having equidistance, these having equidistance. So when I rotate around this fixed point, now I can see that I am rotating along a circle. Right? I am rotating when I connect these points. Right? Now you can see this create a circle. Now what is the case here? Right? When you need to travel equidistance to a fixed point, you have to travel through a circle. So that is the first locus. Equidistance to a fixed point is a circle. Right? That name is the circle. But in the exam, they will not ask to draw a circle. They will ask, what is the locus of equidistance to this point? Draw the locus. Right? So what is the fixed point here in the circle? The fixed point is the center of the circle. So that is the fixed point, Putta. Fixed point. So that is the center of the circle. Center of the circle. That is the fixed point. Right? Then what is the equidistance here? Equidistance is the radius of the circle, Putta. This is the equidistance. Right? This is equidistance. Equidistant. That is called the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle. Okay, now you know what is the fixed point, that is the center of the circle, and what is the equidistance, that is the radius of the circle. Okay, that is how the motions happen. Aripute, ලියාගන්න first locus and draw a circle and mark the center and the radius and name their points. Right, Pute, do it. This one we mentioned that is equidistant as well as the constant distance. Okay, right, you can ask questions, no problem. Now the mics are okay. Right, locus is a motion, but every motion is not a locus. Right, that shall satisfy some certain conditions. Right, යම්කිසි condition එකක් satisfy වන පරිදි තියෙන motion එකට තමයි අපි locus එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ. Right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
So, like what conditions?
A given condition. So what is the condition here? The condition is traveling equidistance to this fixed point. That is the condition. Equidistance, having constant distance to a fixed point. Okay, right, that is the condition. If I go here somewhere in this very with not a equidistance, right, that is not the proper locus. That is just a motion only, right? That is not satisfying any conditions here. Okay,
So then circle means not a motion, it's a locus, right? Motion means a direction.
no. As I mentioned, um, so the what we call the locus is also a motion, right? But all the motions are not the locus, right? They shall satisfy a certain condition, one or more two conditions. Okay, so circle, what is the condition satisfying? Imagine you are running along this circumference of the circle, then which conditions you are satisfying? You are satisfying to the fixed point having constant distance. That is the requirement you satisfy. Okay, right.
Then if the condition is not satisfied, it's not a locus, no, sir?
Yes. Right. So the first locus is done. Tell me what is the locus, especially the right. Remember the conditions, right? Not the locus name, but remember the locus name also. But in the exam, they are not asking to draw the circle. They are saying that having a point A, right? So a man need to run having 5 centimeter or the 5 meter away from A, having 5 meter distance constant all the time. So how to draw the locus? So this is the fixed point A. So the 5 meter distance is the constant distance. You have to run having 5 meter distance, right? Then that is the circle. So you have to mark the fixed point A and the constant distance 5 meter. Okay, so that satisfies, that is the condition satisfied. Okay, right. The second locus, right? We have 4 basic locus here. The second distance, second locus, write down the locus of point, the locus of points having equidistance, equidistant to given 2 points. The locus of points having equidistant to given 2 points. Yeah, equidistance to given 2. මෙතන වචනේ දාගන්න to given two fixed point. The points are fixed. Uh, to given 2 fixed points. Right. Now we will check what is the nature of this locus. Okay, see the questions put here. The locus of points having equidistance to 2 given fixed point, right? So now we have 2 points like point A. Imagine this is the point A, and here I have point B. Okay. Previously equidistanced or the constant distance to a point. But here now we have 2 points. Me points dekatama equidistance samana distance එකෙන් ගමන් කරන්න කියනවා. Right. ඒතර කොහොමද ගමන් කරන්න ඕනේ? When I in a position from that point to A distance as well as the B distance shall be equal. හරිනේ මම මොන පොසිෂන් එකක හිටියත් පුතා Aට සහ Bට තියෙන ඩිස්ටන්ස් මොකද වෙන්න ඕනේ equal වෙන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අපිට හිතෙනවා නේද හරි මැද්දෙන් ගමන් කරොත් නේද if I run through the exactly like mid path then it is having equidistance, right? එහෙනම් මම connect කරනවා I connect A and B point, right? See there I connect A B point. And if I was in the position here exactly middle, right? Then check the distance from B to A from this point. That point I mark x1, right? Then both distance are same to the point A and point B. So that satisfies the condition, right? That is the locus of points, right? Not only that point. If I move to this way, see there, the next point, my next point is x2. Then see the distance from to A this much and to this distance B this much. Now also this distance equal. මෙතෙන්ට ගියත් එතන ඉඳලා තියෙන distance එක ඊට සහ B ට මොකද වෙන්නේ පුතා equal වෙනවා. When I come to point here, you can see the distance to A and distance to B, they are equal. Okay, when I come to downwards this position, to distance to A and distance to B also equal. If I come to this position, distance to A and distance to B also equal. Okay, now I connect these point and see what is that. එහෙනම් ඒ විදිහට යන්නේ කවුද පුතා? right. අපි මේකට කියනවා නමක් මේක මේ AB line එකේ bisect එකක්. bisect එකක් කියන්නේ හරියටම line එක දෙකට බෙදෙනවා. හැබැයි දෙකට බෙදෙන්නේ කොහොමද? මෙතන perpendicular වෙන පරිදි. So that is called the name perpendicular bisector of AB line. The point connecting line perpendicular bisector. Okay. So what is the second locus? Then perpendicular bisector, that is the short form, short name, perpendicular bisector. The making karana dekak වෙනවා පුතා, bisect වෙනවා වගේම perpendicular වෙනවා. right. පැහැදිලි? right. ඇයි perpendicular වචනේ එන්නේ? හේතුව කෙනෙක්ට පුළුවන් මෙතන මෙහෙම point එක තිබ්බහම හරි මේ පැත්තට ගියොත් මෙහෙම ගියොත් එයා එතකොට beta distance එක කිට්ටුයි, right, shorter, but the distance to A is small, right? That is bisected here. The AB line bisected. That is not the perpendicular. If it is perpendicular only, everywhere on this locus, on this line, each point satisfy the requirement equidistance to that given 2 points. Otherwise, it is not satisfied. Okay, so what is the name here? Perpendicular bisector. Now I will draw how to draw the perpendicular bisector. Okay, this is the sketch, right, which you can identify the conditions. Right, now I draw the perpendicular bisector of given 2 points. Imagine this is the first point and this is the second point. හොඳට බලාගෙන ඉන්න පුතා perpendicular bisector එකක් අඳින විදිය. So in this lesson you are using the compass and the straight edge. Okay, so we have to use the straight edge and the compass. So the first step, connect these AB points together. මේ points දෙක එකට connect කරන්න පුතා. Connect the line point AB first. That is the first step when you draw a perpendicular bisector. Okay, then the second step, right, you take the compass and take more than half of that line length. මේක භාගයකට වඩා වැඩි දිගක් ගන්න ඕන පුතා. More than half of the line length, right? This is you put here and you take more than half of length, right? මෙන්න මේ වගේ දුරක් ගන්නවා, more than half of length, and you make an arc here. බලන්න ඉන්න හොඳට, right? Make an arc this way and again similar arc in the downwards. Okay, you keep in the same distance, you bring the terminals to B terminal and cut the arc. Okay, the top part as well as to cut the bottom part. Okay, now what you do, you connect the intersecting points of these two arcs individually, right? Keep the straight edge to here, the intersecting point, the down intersecting points, and you can connect this one. Okay, that is the perpendicular. Okay, perpendicular, and that is bisector. Bisector means equally divided into two parts, two conditions, perpendicular as well as bisector. Okay, first draw this sketch and then this is the locus. How to draw this locus? In exam you have to draw in this manner. Okay, Puti.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Then how they will ask to draw the sketch? Like, I mean, they will give here to draw the perpendicular bisector, and when we have to draw the rough sketch.
No, rough sketch no need to draw. This one no need to draw in the exam. This is the locus, right? This is an idea what it happens, how it came, right? This is an idea, right? When you travel here in this all the position, the distance to A and B are equal, right? Whenever you come to this point also, A to this A and B points are equal, the distance to A and B. But the locus is this one, how to draw the perpendicular bisector. That's the important part. That is what you need to remember.
So when they ask, or like in a part 1 question, if they give a question like this, and when they ask to draw a rough sketch, then while we are drawing this, should we show all the parts, like how it can
No, no. In the exam, if they ask to draw the find the locus of equidistance to point A and B, just draw this construction only, this one.
Okay, sir. See, if there's a rough sketch also, should we draw that diagram?
Yes, rough sketch, no rough sketch, right? In the rough sketch also, you need to follow the instrument. That would be better, right? Follow the instrument, compass and straight edge, and do it, draw it. And that is clear. No need, no deduction of the marks if you can draw it. හැමෝටම ක්ලියර්ද perpendicular bisect එක අඳින විදිහ ආයෙකක් අඳිලා පෙන්නන්නද okay පුතා again right are you okay with perpendicular bisector hands up those who finish drawing right so how to draw imagine in this manner right the points are not in a horizontal order imagine 2 points are in this way right imagine I have this point P and the point Q here, right? Make a perpendicular bisector coming, draw the perpendicular bisector of PQ. That means in the exam they will ask that find the locus of points which having equidistance to point P and Q. Equidistance to P and Q. Right, then how to draw? Then you connect the P and Q points first. Connect PQ first. Okay, PQ first. And then how to draw the perpendicular bisector, use the compass, right, take more than half of the length of the line, right, take more than half of the length, right, and take an arc here, draw an arc here, and similarly make an arc there. Okay, then you come to this position, the other terminal Q and cross the arc. Okay, now you connect these arc intersecting points together. Right, so that is perpendicular bisector. So that is how you indicate. Okay, draw it. in that manner also, right?
So they will give a measurement for us to draw, right? The line.
The length of the measurement is no need. The points given, then no need the measurement. When we draw it one, exactly this part is equal to this part. When the 2 points given, no need
No,
any measurement.
if they say us to construct, then they should give right the.
Yeah, when they ask to construct P and Q, right, to draw a line segment, right, then we have to draw the line segment with the given measurement. But the drawing perpendicular bisector of given a line, no need any measurements. Just take more than half of length and make an arc there, and the other way, right, then connect the lines. Then if it is 8 centimeter, exactly this one part is 4 centimeter, and this is perpendicular, right? These two conditions happen. Okay, now we completed the second locus. Right now, remember, first locus is constant distance to a fixed point, that is the circle. The second locus is constant distance to two fixed points. These are the two fixed points. Constant distance to two fixed point is the perpendicular bisector of that 2 points, right? The perpendicular bisector of the connecting line of the 2 points, right? Make a perpendicular bisector. Okay, the first condition, equal distance to a fixed point. The second one, equal distance to two fixed point, right? Okay, now we move to the third locus. Write down locus number 3. Up. We will first discuss the types of locus and then we will move to the question. Right. Now the third one. So point discuss, 2 points discuss, right? Right. Now we will discuss the locus of points which are at a constant distance from a fixed line. Okay. Right. So the third one, the locus of point, the locus of points which are at a constant distant from a fixed line, distance from a fixed line. Right. So you know that under this locus part, right, you have O-level paper questions in grade 9 maths. On ඉස්සෙල්ලාම අපිට අහු වෙනවා grade 9 වලින් directly relate වෙන O-level question එකක් මේ locus වලින්. So locus 4යි තියෙන්නේ, basic locus 4යි පුතා. මේ locus 4ෙන් O-level syllabus එකේ අපිට එක ගාණක් එනවා. ඔයාලට ඒක answer කරන්න පුළුවන් දැන් grade 9 වල ඉඳලා. හරි. ඒක වැදගත්. හොඳේ. right. එහෙනම් බලන්න කියවන්න හැමෝම the locus of points which are at a constant distance, right, at a constant distance. ඒ කියන්නේ එකම දුරක්, එකම නියත දිගකින්, right, යන්න ඕනේ from a fixed line. line එකකට එකම දුරකින් ගමන් කරන්න ඕනේ, right. දැන් බලමු අපි, right. So that is the condition, concept here. See there. Okay. Imagine now that is the given line. Okay, you need to travel having equal distance, constant distance from that fixed line. අපි හිතන්නකෝ equal distance එක 5 centimeter කියලා. Right, this is the given line. You need to travel, right, having 5 centimeter always with the line. Okay, කොහොමද යන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාට? Right, so you travel first position here having 5 centimeter. Okay, now you move to here. When you move there or downwards, the distance varying than 5 centimeter. But when you come to this position, see again similarly 5 centimeter. Okay, then you comes to this point having the distance 5 centimeter. That is a constant distance. So that is your motion. When you connect that the two different points, then what happened? That gives you a line that is having equidistance to that line, means that is parallel to that line. We call that is a parallel line. එහෙනම් line එකට equidistance තියාගෙන points ටිකක් mark කරොත් එයාලගේ motion එක lies වෙනවා. Right, මත වැටෙනවා පුතේ මේ line එකට parallel ව. ඒතර ඔය පැත්තෙන් විතරද 5 cm තියාගන්න පුළුවන්? No, from the bottom part of that line also having 5 centimeter they can run. Here having 5 centimeter they can run to this point, they can run to that point. So now you can see there is another line bottomly, right, having parallel to the above line. මෙයාට parallel තව line එකක් යනවා. So what are the locus then? These are the two locus which satisfy the equidistance to a given straight line, given line, fixed line. So that is called the parallel line. On the top and the bottom we can draw two parallel lines having equidistance. පැහැදිලිද? නම් මේක තමයි condition එක. Parallel line එකක් වෙන්න ඕනේ to a given line. Right. ඔන්න බලන්න එක අඳින විදිය. Right, now there is a line. I need to make a locus, right, having, right, 2 centimeter equidistance to the line. So what I use, I can use the set square here to draw a parallel line. So this is the set square. Okay, that distance shall be perpendicular distance 5 centimeter. So this is how you do. So I bring I bring the set square here and make 90 degree, and I mark here the distance. Right, imagine I mark here 5 centimeter. So make 5 centimeter having, but 90 degree should be there in this way, right? And I mark here 5 centimeter. This is the point. Okay, then I come to another point, right? At least 2 points you require. I come here and I mark 5 centimeter on top. Okay, here 5, here 5. Then I connect that point. These two being connected. Then what happened? That is perpendicular. Sorry, parallel to that one having 5 centimeter apart. So the distance here and here same. I mark for this one 5 centimeter. It shall be any value, right? Equidistance. Equidistance there. Right, as if යටිනොත් පහක line එකක් යන්න පුළුවන්. මේ line එකට equidistance 5 ම තියාගෙන. That line to be constructed in this way. See, they are here and you mark 5 centimeter point here, and you come to another point there and mark 5 centimeter, and then you can connect these 2 points having 5 centimeter right here. So this is also parallel to this one, Putta. Right, these two lines. So these are the locus parallel to the given fixed line. This is the fixed line given in the question, right? And this is the locus, right? You have two options, top and down parallel line. Okay, Puti. And the ගන්න බලන්න ඒ ක්‍රමයට අඳින්න ඕනේ parallel line. Okay.
Sir, which set square should we use? The big one or the small one?
Whatever set square you can use, because you can create here 90 degree angle.
So then when they say to construct a parallel line, we have to construct it by keeping a set square, no?
Yeah, we can use the compass also to set through the parallel line, but at the moment we use set square in your level grade 9.
Okay.
You can row it. Have you finished? Right. Okay, right. We discussed with that now. Three locus, right? Tell me first one, understand in this way, right? Equidistance to a point, what is that? Tell the name, circle. Then equidistance to two fixed point, that is what? That is a perpendicular bisector of line joining of that 2 points. Then the equidistance to a line, straight line. A line equidistance, that is a parallel line, top and bottomly we can draw. Okay, right. Here also you need to mark the same distance, huh? Right, 5 centimeter, and here also 5 centimeter. So these distance are equal. Mark the distance. Okay, right. Now the third locus is done. Equidistance to a parallel line. The fixed line is a parallel line. Right. The short name is a parallel line. First locus, what is the name? Circle. Second locus, perpendicular bisector. Third one is the parallel line. Okay. Right. Now we are moving to the fourth locus. What do you think? That is the equidistance from two given lines, right? Lines දෙකකට equidistance යන එක අපි දැන් ලියා ගන්න, right? දැන් ලියා ගන්න. The locus of points, the locus of points which equidistant to equidistant from two intersecting, equidistant from two intersecting straight lines, right? Write down this one. Right, Puti. The locus of points which equidistant from two intersecting straight lines. එහෙනම් මේකේ තේරුම තමයි ඔන්න හොඳට බලන්න equidistant from two intersecting straight lines. එකට intersect වෙන straight lines දෙකකට equidistance ඉන්නේ කවුද? Right. So now I draw and think. දැන් මේක නිකන් පාඩමින් හිතන්න එපා. Right, logically හිතන්න මේක වෙන්නේ කොහොමද? Right, we have two intersecting lines mean, right, they are meeting at a certain point. So this is first straight line and this is the second straight line, so they are meeting each other. Okay, hari මේක තමයි two lines, like I mentioned OA one line, first line, and the second one OB. So I need to travel having the same distance, equidistance to the given two lines. නිකන් හිතලා කියන්න කොහෙන්ද මේක යන්න ඕනේ. Right? It shall pass in between this line. Right? Between OA and OB I have to run. Right? And if I run in this manner closer to B, then that is very closer to B line, OB line. If I run in this way, it is very closer to OA. If I run outside here, then that is closer to OA but apart from OB, right? So to have the same distance I need to travel exactly the in this path. So මෙන්න මේ path එකේ යන්න ඕන පුතා, right? බලන්න මේ path එකේ ගියොත් මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. I need to travel in this path. Then If I take a point here on this locus, then check the distance to the OA line, measure it, perpendicular distance, and measure the distance to the OB line. So these two distances are equal. Okay. Then come to a certain point here on this locus and take the perpendicular distance to this line and measure it, and then measure from that to the OB line. The distance are same. එහෙනම් මේ locus එක තුලින් ගත්තොත් any points, right, you can see that the distance to the OB line, perpendicular distance, is equal to the distance to the OB line. So this part is equal to this part. So as satisfying the requirement equidistance to the both straight line, you shall pass through this straight line between that. That is what you can see. That is the angle bisector. If you draw the AOB angle, this is the angle. So exactly the half of the angle it run through. We call that is the angle bisector. So the names is put for that local angle bisector of the given two line. එනම් මේ lines දෙකෙන් හැදෙන intersect වෙලා හැදෙන angle එකේ bisect එක තමයි මේකේ locus එක වෙන්නේ. තේරෙනවද understanding එක ගන්න. That is the sketch that gives you a basic understanding. Now I draw how to draw this angle bisector in shortly, right? So I have the two straight lines. හොඳට බලාගන්න පුතා. Right, this is the two straight line. Then I need to draw the angle bisector. දැන් අපි බලමු මේකේ angle bisect එක අඳින්න. How to draw this one? First draw the angle here. මෙන්න angle එක ඇඳා. Right, distance එක වැඩි කරා. Right, මෙතන තිබ්බා. arc එකයි ඔන්න හොඳට බලාගෙන ඉන්න ආයෙත් ඈ. Right. මොකක්ද අපි කරන්නේ angle bisect එක අඳිද්දි? මේක තමයි lines දෙක. මෙන්න මෙතනින් අපි angle එකක් create කරනවා. මෙන්න මෙහෙම line එක අඳිනවා. Then we have the angle. Okay. Then take distance more and take more distance. Distance එක වැඩි කරා. මේ terminal එකේ තියෙනවා. Right. මෙන්න මේ angle එක කැපුණු line එක කැපෙන මේ terminal එක. මෙතන තියලා arc එකක් අඳිනවා. Right. Arc. Similarly, keeping same distance එක වෙනස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. We run to the other terminal of the angle. මෙන්න මේ කැපෙන point එකට ගියා and cut the arc here. Okay. Now you connect. Now you connect this intersecting point of those two arcs with the vertex of this angle. Right, then may I connect කරනවා මේ cutting point එකයි angle එකයි. Right, now you can see these two parts are equal. Right, AOB. So that is the angle bisector. This is the locus. We call that is the angle bisector. Right. Okay, දෙකම ඇඳ ගන්න sketch and the other one. Right, are you okay? Right. Have you finished the drawing? Right. So what is the fourth locus? Fourth locus is the angle bisector. Angle bisector. Okay. Right. So now tell me at row. Right. Right. So we will refresh the knowledge locus 4 together. Right. See there. Right. See everyone. First one, constant distance to a fixed point. Right. This is the fixed point. Then constant distance to a fixed point means a circle. Right. That is a circle. Exactly. Okay. Then constant distance to 2 points like AB. Right. 2 points equidistance is the perpendicular bisector. Perpendicular bisector. The second locus. The third one, equidistance to a given straight line, that is a parallel lines, top and bottom lip, right? So that is the third locus. Okay, fourth one, equidistance to two given line, right? That is the angle bisector of that two lines, angle bisector. Okay, any questions up to now? The four locus. Okay, right? Okay. So now you know the four locus together, right? Equidistance to point, equidistance to 2 points, then equidistance to a line, and equidistance to two lines. කොහොමද ඒක vary උනේ? Point, 2 points, line, two lines. So that are the four locus. Okay, right. So we will do the questions together. Once the theory is completed, I will do full questions, full setup questions, which shoot for the paper 2 and paper 1. Okay, right. Now we will move to the question. Write down the subtopic, Putta. Constructing perpendicular lines. Constructing perpendicular lines. Constructing perpendicular lines. Under that first part, constructing perpendicular line to a given line from an external point, right? මොකද්ද මේකෙන් කියන්නේ පුතා? Constructing perpendicular line to a given line from an external point. දීලා තියෙන රේඛාවකට perpendicular line එකක් අඳිනවා. Perpendicular means that line shall be having 90 degrees with the given line. That is the idea of perpendicular. Okay. Now see there how to draw with use of the compass. So this is the, so we completed the basic followers, huh? Right. Now this is a separate part. So we have a given straight line. So this is the given straight line. Okay. Now we have a point, right, externally. So that is the point externally. That is the point A. Okay. So this is the given line. Imagine PQ. Now I need to draw a perpendicular line to the PQ line. දැන් පුතා මට A වල ඉඳලා PQ ට perpendicular එකක් අඳින්න ඕනේ. ඒතර line එක ඇවිල්ලා වදිනකොට මෙතන 90 degree හැදෙනවා. right කොහොමද 90 degree හැදෙන්නේ කියලා අපි බලමු. right දැන් කොහොමද අඳින්නේ? එහෙමයි වෙන්නේ පුතා. right මෙන්න බලාගෙන ඉන්න. So that is the external point A. Okay, then I take right a distance right bit more than this length PQ ට වැටෙන length එකට වඩා ටිකක් වැඩි කරන්න මෙන්න මෙහෙම දැක්ක නේද right PQ ට හරියටම තියෙන දිගට වඩා ටිකක් වැඩියෙන් ගත්තා then make an arc right බලාගෙන ඉන්න හොඳට so I drew the arc here okay then I can come to this cutting point that arc with P. I think it is not visible to you. Let me make some inks. Okay, now we will draw that one. See there. Right. Right. So how you did it? Right. Here take a distance more than the PQ length and make an arc. So you can see the arc now. This is the arc. Okay. Right. Now keeping a distance at this cutting point. මෙතන තියනවා තියලා arc එකක් අඳිනවා. මේ distance එකම තියාගත්තත් කමන්නේ වැඩි කරත් කමන්නේ කි වෙනසක් නැහැ. right මෙහෙම තිබ්බා arc එක ඇඳා. හැබැයි දැන් මෙතන ඇඳපු distance එකම පුතා තියෙන්න ඕනේ මේ කැපෙන point එකට. මේ arc එක line PQ line එක cut වෙන point එකට යන්න. right and then you draw this arc. Okay, now how to draw connect that intersecting point with external point A. දැන් පුතා මෙයා මේ external point එකත් එක්ක connect කරලා මෙහෙම connect කරන්න. Okay, මෙතනින් අපිට පේනවා පහළට මේ මෙන්න මේක දික් කරොත් අපිට පහළට අර arc එක cut වෙන point එකට ගියේ. So that is the perpendicular. Okay, So that is the external point. That is the perpendicular drawn to PQ. Okay. And again, Balan,
Sir,
constructing. Yes.
so in this, aren't we drawing the arcs up like perpendicular bisector?
No, no, no. That is not the perpendicular bisector, because perpendicular bisector means we cannot draw from any external, in these positions we cannot draw perpendicular bisector. That is just a perpendicular only, right? That is having 90-degree only. Okay.
So in this only we are drawing for downwards, no?
Yes. So imagine the point externally here, that is perpendicular only. So you can draw any perpendiculars from any external points here, right? They are right, then that are the perpendiculars like here. Okay, perpendicular only, that means having 90-degree only. There may be some point, if the external point is lies on the perpendicular bisector, when we draw from the point which lies on the perpendicular bisector to the line, then automatically that becomes a perpendicular bisector. But not all the points satisfy that requirement. They're just only a bisector, perpendicular, just only a perpendicular only, not a bisector. Okay, draw it. So that is the example. Right, finish doing Putta?
So,
Yes.
so in the questions, they will say no to construct, like they will give the question, no, they won't give the whole locus, right? They will just say to construct a perpendicular line, no?
Yes, they will say that. Imagine a straight line PQ there, mark a point A, or where there is a point A. From A, draw a line perpendicular to the given line PQ.
Then, so first of all, itself, we learn no like rough sketches.
No, the four locus completed now. These are the not basic locus, right? These are some construction tools that we require. So here no need to draw the sketch, just you draw with the equipment. Basic locus also you have to do with the equipment, not the sketch. They are not acceptable. I better draw the uh, correct way of using the equipment. ඒ රෆ් ස්කෙච් එක දුන්නේ පුතේ අදහසක් ගන්න විතරයි. නමුත් කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් එක අඳින්නේ මේ විදිහට. මේ equipment පාවිච්චි කරලා හරි. Right. Okay. Now we are okay that one. Right. හැමෝම අඳින්න ඕන equipments වලින් හරි. Right. Right. Second one. So now we drew perpendicular from an external point. Now point on the line. Right. Write down the second one. Constructing a perpendicular constructing a perpendicular to a given line through a point on the line through a point on the line. Right. ඔන්න බලන්න පුතා මේකෙදි අඳින විදිය. හොඳට බලන්න. Right. Now previously the line was there and the point was externally, but now the perpendicular to be drawn from the point on the line. Right. So here the line, see there carefully. So here the line, given line, imagine that is PQ, and here we have a point R. Okay, here I have a point R on the line PQ. Then I will draw here perpendiculars. Then here I will draw a perpendicular at R. මේ R වලට perpendicular එකක් වදින්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්න ඕනේ පුතා මෙතන? මෙතන 90 degree set වෙන්න ඕනේ. So how to draw that one? I make here and make හොඳට බලාගෙන ඉන්න. Keep R on R the compass and make an arc. Right. මෙම සම්පූර්ණ semi circle එකක් වගේ අඳිනවා. See there. I created in this manner. Okay. Then I enhance the distance, increase the distance, and take this terminal which cut the line and make an arc on the top. බලාගෙන ඉන්න. Similar same distance keeping, go there and make an arc here. Okay. Now you can connect these points together. Right. Connect these points together, R and the intersecting points. Okay. Now that is perpendicular, 90 degree. Understood? Right. That is PQ line and that is the point on the PQ line R. Now we have to draw the perpendicular to that R. So having 90 degree. So this is the arc. I will show the arc if you cannot visible, but you cannot draw by your hand. These are to be drawn by the equipments. And this is the two intersecting arcs. Okay.
Sir, can we grow this for the downwards also?
Yes, downward also you can do it. Right. No problem. That is done. But the perpendiculars are drawn from the upward if normally in the questions, but somewhere here you need to draw, you can use downwards.
So we can draw the line cutting the R also, no, like little bit.
But we are they asking to R, point R. එතකොට R වලට එන්න ඕනේ මෙතෙන්.
Okay, so we can't cut the arc, no, we can't extend the line, no?
Okay, Puti. Others, are you okay, everyone? Earlier, Danuja, Hasandi, Isara, Manuga, Meli, Rashmini, Enuja, and Vimasa. Are you okay, Putta? And Sanuli, are you okay with this one?
Yes, sir.
Oh. Right. Okay, right. Now you know how to draw the constructing lines. Extend the line, is it no need to extend Puta, just they are asking to draw a perpendicular to the point R, perpendicular to R, right? Just draw the line. No need, don't do the additional things. Right, so that is done. Right, so the third one, constructing a line parallel to a given line segment through the end point. Right, third one. Constructing perpendicular, constructing perpendicular to a given straight line, to given straight line through an end point, through an end point. Right, හොඳට බලා ගන්න. මේක වෙන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා හොඳට බලන්න. Right. So what is the case here? Constructing perpendicular. Constructing perpendicular to a given straight line through an end point. End point එකක් තුලින්. හැබැයි මේ end point එක on the line, right? So if I draw a straight line here, see, so that is the straight line. Okay, AB. I need to draw. So see how we drew it. First one, external point to the line. The second one, a point on the line. But now a point on the line, but that is at end. Either B or A. B වලට හෝ A වලදී perpendicular එකක් අඳින්න වෙනවා. දැන් අර ක්‍රමයේම තමයි මෙයාත් line එකක් මතක පුතා. ඒතකොට අපි කොහොමද යන්නේ? Make an arc and increase the distance and cutting two arcs in this position and make. But when you draw an arc, you do not have the line here. එහා පැත්තට line එක නැහැනේ. අපි arc එක අඳිද්දි මෙහෙම මේ පැත්තේ කැපෙන point එක හොයන්න බෑ. We cannot find out the exact cutting point. Then what we need to do here, we need to extend the line after the B. But actually the line is not there. So what we do, we extend it by a dotted line. Right, අපි එක dotted line වලින් extend කරනවා පුතා මෙහෙම. Right, we extend by a dotted line. Why we use the dotted line? Because the actually line is not there. In that manner, dotted line, that is a temporary construction. Okay, now we do the same way as we did in the second method. Right, making a construction line perpendicular on the point. Right, now මෙහෙම අපි කරන්නේ. See there, right, make an arc here. Okay, then increase the distance, keeping here and make here. Right, and connect them. Then connect කරන්න පුතා. Right, so now you can connect this one here. So now that is perpendicular to the point B at the end of B. Okay, මොකක්ද එතකොට මේකේ වෙනස? line එක dotted line වලින් extend කරා. extend කරේ B terminal එකේදී arc එක කැපෙන්න point එකක් නැතුව යනවා line එකේ. That is why I extended it. Why we didn't use the solid line? Because actually the line is not there. Then we use the dotted line, right? Okay, completed. Any newcomers today for the class? All comers. Connect it, Puta. Correct it. No, right. Finish to input. Any questions? Right. So now tell me what are the concepts, right? Equidistance to a point. Sorry, here we discuss the perpendiculars, right? Drawing perpendiculars, three scenarios being discussed. These other three scenarios, we have a line. You need to draw from an external point to a line. That is the first concept. The external point was there. The second one, this is the line. We have a point on the line, right? B, we drew a perpendicular to on the line. Then part C, we have a point at the terminal, then we drew perpendicular at the terminal, right? කෙරවලකදී අපි එක ඇන්දා. පැහැදිලිද? Right. හරි අපි අද tools ටික එකතු කරගන්නවා. ඒ කියන්නේ පොතේ අපි මේ ක්‍රම ටික හදන විදිය කරගෙන ඊට පස්සේ අපි mix on the solid equations කීපයකට යනවා. Right. එහෙනම් අපි angle එකකුත් අපි හදලා පටන් ගමු අද ඉක්මනින් ඈ. Right. එහෙනම් ලියා ගන්න topic එක constructing angles. මේක තමයි interesting part එක මේ section එකේ. Right. Constructing angles. Constructing angle. There first I constructing angles, right? Under that first category, right? Angle bisector. Angle bisector. This is being discussed where we discuss angle bisector under which locus. What is the number of locus? Under which locus we discuss the angle bisector?
Fourth locus.
Yes, very good. Fourth locus, we discuss the angle bisector. Okay, so that means what? Given any angle, we can bisect it, Puta. ඒ කියන්නේ දීලා තියෙන ඕන ඇන්ගල් එකක් අපිට දෙකට බෙදන්න පුළුවන් මේ ක්‍රමෙන්. අපිට වැලියු එක ඕනද? නෑ. අපි හිතන්න අපිට දුන්නා කියලා 135 degrees angle, we can separate it into equal two parts. That is a specialty here, right? This is how you do. Right, imagine this is the angle I have given, right? Kamati angle එක මෙහෙම ගන්න, right? Right, so that is the angle given. I need to, right, separate this into the two equal parts, mean the angle bisector. ඔන්න පුතේ angle bisector එක අඳින විදිය, right, vertex එකේ තියන්න ඉස්සෙල්ලාම තියලා ඉස්සෙල්ලාම angle එක mark කරගන්න. මෙහෙම angle එක mark කරගන්න. Mark the angle here, right, as we did here, right? Make an arc. Okay, now keep the distance more and keep here this terminal. මේ line එක කැපෙන terminal එකේ තියෙනවා, right, and make an arc here. Okay, then move to the other part and terminal and make the arc there. Okay, right, now you can connect these two together and construct the line here. Connect here this intersecting point with the vertex. Okay, that is the angle bisector. That means this angle part is equal to this angle part. Okay, that is the solid lines of the construction. This one and this is one and this one, because that is not visible to you. Okay, draw it. So next day we can totally complete the lesson by considering the all the other locus as well as the other angles, and finally right පුතේ. So that is done. Angle bisector මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ එතකොට මේකේ හරියටම angle එක bisect වෙනවා, දෙකට බෙදෙනවා. Whatever given angle we can bisect it, right? now ඊළඟට අපි ලියාගමු හරිනේ මේක this been discussed under the fourth locus, right? එතකොට this is a type of basic locus, right? So the next one, creating angles, right? You know that Puta, in mathematics, the basic angle that we can create using a compass. අපි දැකලා නැහැ මීට කලින් compass වලින් angles අඳින්න පුළුවන් කියලා, right? So now we learn how to draw the angles using a compass, right? So for the construction lesson, right, we have 10 mark question in the O-level paper also under the construction. So we are doing construction using this compass. This is the basic tool that we need in the paper. Okay, right, and the basic angle that we can create using the compass is 60 degree, right? All the angles, most of the angles are born through the 60 and with use of the 60 ඇසුරෙන් තමයි පුතේ අනිත් ඒවා ගොඩ නැගෙන්නේ, right? ඔන්න බලන්න 60 අඳින විදිය හැමෝම හොඳට බලාගෙන ඉන්න, right? So first I drew one arm. එක arm එකක් අඳිනවා angle එකේ, right? හොඳට බලන්න. I drew one arm of the angle. Okay, so angle may be to the anti-clockwise. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ පැත්තට, this direction, or the angle shall be to the clockwise. මේ අතට වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. දෙපැත්තටම අපි අඳින විදිය බලමු, right? This is the first one, and this angle is been drawn to the clockwise and this is to the anti-clockwise. Imagine that is AB line. So now I am creating the angle at A, and here the same arm AB, but I create at B. Okay, 60 degree to the both ways, right ඔන්න බලන්න 60 අඳින විදිය දැන් අපිට හිතා ගන්නත් බෑ නේද මේකෙන් කොහොමද මේ values අඳින්නේ කියලා right now how you draw it right take the compass very well and take because we need to create angle 60 at A to this direction anti-clockwise me right so how you do keep the terminal A here and make an arc right take a distance and make an arc you take an arc here right okay now keeping the same distance dura wenas karanne keeping same distance you cut in this way ඒ distance එකම තියාගෙන මේ line එක cut වෙන point එකට යන්න එතෙන්ට ගියා මෙහෙම arc එක ඇඳා right ඔන්න බලන්න බැඳපු එක පේන්නේ නැත්තම් right here we drew taking the same distance we drew one arc here okay then you can see the cutting point here you keep the terminal compass here and say keep the same distance you cut this one right then you connect A and this cutting point together A and this cutting point together right now you can see the 60-degree angle okay that is 60 degree okay right then I move to the second one same 60 but at B need to be create at B I need to create 60 to this direction me atata putta that is called the clockwise so how to draw I go there and keeping here and I make arc here right the keeping same distance right I drew here the arc and keeping same distance I keep this terminal and make the arc හොඳට බලා ගන්න මේකට අර ලොකු පෑන් දාන්න බෑ පුතා ඒක මහත වැඩි පොඩි වගේ පේන්නේ නැහැ නිල් පෑන් right so I will highlight you again the arcs this is the first arc and this is the cutting point then you connect these 2 points and that is 60 degree into that direction okay correct it if any doubts you can ask
Excuse me, sir.
yes
So is it compulsory to write the 60 inside the?
sorry yes we have to write the values
Okay.
Right. Finish drawing putta everyone. 60 පැහැදිලිද හැමෝටම? So if it is you draw both ways, right? This is called the angle is to the anti-clockwise, right? Here the angle is to the clockwise. Me direction එක, right? Make direction එක මේ අතට තියෙන්නේ. හරි. Make direction එක මේ අතට. Okay? Right. Everyone understood the concept here? Right. So we have the similar balance things of this lesson, right? So we will continue that one by next week. එතකොට තාම අපි මේක ඉවර නැහැ. ලබන සතියේ තමයි පුතේ අපිට වැඩ තියෙන්නේ මේකේ. මේක ඉවර කරාට පස්සේ මම exercise ටික දෙන්න. දැන් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් textbook එකේ exercise ටික බලන්න. හැබැයි අපි තාම solid ගණන් හදලා නැහැ. Right. theory part එක තමයි cover වෙන්නේ. හරිද? එහෙනම් අපි ඉතුරු balance ටික we will discuss by next week, the creating the lot of angles we have, and then how to construct whole equations completing these subparts, right? We will discuss that one by next week, right? You can see the exercises, beginning exercise, and check whether you are okay with the exercises. Okay, then you can continue the exercises. But after the next week, I will give you some smart questions of these whole lessons to do at the home. Okay, Pute, write any questions of the today lesson. Right, remember the basic things, right? We discussed the main 4 locus. Remember that one equidistance to a point, equidistance to 2 points, then equidistance to line, then equidistance to 2 lines. Remember forever that's 4 locus. Exactly in the O-level paper, 1 locus is there, right? Apart from that, that is used for the second papers also. Okay, Pute, right? So I conclude the session for today, and we will meet by next Tuesday the same time with the balance of the locus lesson. Thank you very much. Bye, Hamilton.
Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir. Good night, sir. Bye, sir.